Okay, I'm loading some 30-06 up and for my M1. It's a shit. Hold on. It's got regular automotive grease in it. I know I'm not supposed to do that, but that's what I had on hand. It's got, I don't know if you can't see that. It's got LSA numbers right here. Read, looks like an L or just upside down T, an L, a space, an SA, and then an F6535448 or 6, or an F. Might be F. And then a 255. So that's February of 1955 is when this thing was made, and the serial number matches about that time period. A218B. It's got a proof, it's got a M right here, and it's got a proof mark here, but it's been stamped out. Put CMP next to it, probably to say CMP reproof marked it right here. They restamped it, and it's got another, might be just a boo-boo or whatnot, but it's got like an F figure there. Not bad. Bought it for $9.60 off a gun broker when it was all said and done. Up here in northern Indiana. It's my rifle. Not my gun, my rifle. Pretty sweet. So I'm trying to just get something to plink with, you know, pop cans or whatnot. So I went to my local reloading shop, got me some of these Spear 30 cal 308 plinker loads, 100 grain. For $17.95 without shipping. Not bad. When I looked on Midway, and it was about $17 without shipping. Or shit, yeah, I seen one Hornady was making. It was like 14 bucks, but it had a $3 special handling fee, which I assume the Spears would have too. And I'm adjusting this. I'm sorry for the shitty video. There's a base on there and it's poking into my hand. It's uncomfortable. So what I'm doing is I got this. I got a load for a 223 and a 30-06. I'm sorry if I apologize. I'm a noob. I got this one set for 46 grains of IMR 4895. That's all I put in it. I load this for my 30-06, and this is a variable one. I bought each one of these for 15 bucks. One of them, they're both used. One of them didn't have a hopper. So I figured I went to Walmart, cut a slot here and a slot here to open it up, and I turned it so it lined up with a hole. And I just used a I just use regular funnel now. I really don't. If I get static, it's a big enough container that it just pulls right through. I run a couple of them through so that way it's consistent. They work pretty damn good. The perfect powder measure, used even. What the hell? The only thing I have problems with them is I get my casings. My casing's really sharp on the mouth there with my chamfer tool here, and after I get them sharp, I poke them in there and I kind of get them kind of shoved up in there, trying to get a good seal on it so I don't leak any powder, and that eventually just wears that spout out, and you get on the 223 especially that whole case neck will go way up in there, and it ain't good. So what I'm doing, I got a Lyman turret press here, and a Lee C caster press. It was a Christmas gift. I was down in Florida in Key West living with my sister because she had vacancy down in Key West. So I was like, whatever, I'll live there for no rent, but just food cost. I'll pay for your food. So I'm like, all right, cool. So my grandma gave me 50 bucks over the internet, wired it to my account, and I sent this back to my house. I got the book, which is right. Sorry for the mess. I'm a slob. Got the book and the press for 50 bucks. And I mailed it to my house. And as you can tell, I've used this book with dirty hands all the time. I use grease a lot for other things and whatnot. So what I'm doing, this Lyman only has a set screw on the side, which I've lowered the press down too much and sheared it off mostly until it stopped, to set that that shell holder with it in there, because the set screw goes up against it, and once you tighten it down, it just slides right out, and that's no good. So I usually we sell submersible pumps, and they come with a really wide, really short, really stout rubber band. I usually put that on there. I got one. I don't want to get it right now. I just work with it. I'll turn it to this one. This is my 30-06 sizer die. This is my 30-06. These are two RCBS set. This is my cedar die. This is my Lee factory crimp for my 30-06. This is another 30-06 Lee cedar die, and it comes with a crimp, but I don't really crimp them because it doesn't crimp enough, in my opinion. I've fucked with it, and I always just end up just cranking her way down until I get where I want. I don't really seat to a specific depth. I just, whatever looks good in my head. My M1 will eat anything. Dude, I use yeah, my favorite load right here. Just any old brass. This happens to be some of my commercial bought. Yes, I'm stupid. I bought some before I heard of it. I bought some commercial rounds. This Remington UMC 150 grains. I shot the piss out of them, and that's how I got some of the brass. This thing's at least 3 boxes for maybe 100 rounds of UMC stuff, and I'll never buy that stuff again since I got my reloading set up. And yeah, what I do is just poke the primer out, scratch it out with the dirt out with that. My RCBS tool here. Just take the ass into that right there, scratch it out, run it up in here just by hand into my Redding trim die. Make sure that thing's level, which that is. Take it over to here and put it in there. See, and this has got a priming tool in it. Make sure it's on a sizing one, your cedar one, not your sizing one, because that, well, the sizer will interfere, that mandrel will interfere with your stuff. Lower it all the way, push this in like this, and then if I can do it, let me put my rifle down. Oh, by the way, if you have any 8-pound containers of powder that are empty, save those jugs. Those are great brass jugs for like 223s or whatnot. Just label it like a piece of masking tape and a Sharpie and put 223 brass. They're awesome. They hold a lot of brass. You stick this in here like this, and then you take, and if I can do it with one hand, which I bet I can do anything I want. Alright. Oh, come on. Oh, there you go. Get in there like that, and till my little sewing bench comes off the ground like this, up against the wall, or till I can't get it anymore. And then you can just let it drop, and it'll fling out, and then you drop it all the way, pull it out. I usually touch it up against my lip, make sure it's seated even and at least flush. And usually, to get it below flush with Winchester or rifle ones, you have to squash them, and you don't really want to squash them. I've had one go off, and I torqued the piss out of it. I just pulled it up because it wasn't seating flush. See, that one's flush. Mom's doing laundry. I live with my parents. You take this up in here, and then you can chuck it up and then down. Not the first time I've done that, but it's kind of hard. And you take this, it's got powder in it. See? Powder, I don't know why it's not wanting to focus, but let's take it here. And I'm not really paying attention to my video camera, so if it's off, it's off. And you take this, you put it in here. With these, it's got a lead tip. Better focused. It's got a lead tip, and then it's just basically a really big copper gas check. And it's pokes out on a KV thing. Yeah. So you stick it in here. Like this. Try to get it straight. Just stick it in there. Till it's in. Try to get it as straight as possible and just be real easy with it. And punch it down all the way. And with this press, when you're down to a certain point, this linkage here will over travel. See right there is your peak, and then it'll over travel and it'll bring it back down. And it's awesome. It looks like a friggin' crayon when you're done. I gotta turn this. Sorry, try to hold my press back down. Turn this. Now when you turn this, you gotta be careful, because that nut will uncome or it'll back out sometimes. So you just gotta watch it and do it real gentle, so that bolt detent doesn't undo that. And you turn it into there. You just all the way down. And as you see, I took out my shoulder. See the screws all foobar. Works pretty good though. I only got it for 30 bucks off of my local dealer, or you know, my reloading shop, my local reloading shop. Hey, and that's our completed round. Yeah. Pretty cool. This is Lake City 72 year. See? You gotta be careful. I've heard of people on the internet just from Midway reviews that deform that. Pretty cool. It's all one color too. I haven't yet to test them out. I'll test them out and make a video of that too. I gotta charge the charger though. It's 2 minutes left.